Hello, everybody. Welcome to another segment of Keeps Boxing Gym Talk on KRob216. I know I posted a video earlier about the Crawford Canelo negotiations that's happening, possible negotiations. We don't know for sure, but I put my breakdown on the fight. Right now, I just want to get on a personal level. I'm not gonna say personal because I don't know her personally, but I'm a big fan of her, and I hate to see her go this way. Talking about Claressa Shields. How she's been in the media in a negative way right now, and what it's doing to her, and not doing to her as legacy, but her as a character, as a person, if she wants to be a box office fighter. But before we get into that, though, I want you guys to like and subscribe again, like and subscribe. Now, I sat back, you know, and watched all the things that Claressa Shields did, and how she just talks a lot. She talks a lot. She talks a lot. She replies to anything negative. She reacts. And you could tell that she's emotionally weak when it comes to that department of not letting things go and just ignoring things. I'm here to say is, yes, she is the GOAT. She's the greatest female fighter I've ever seen in my life, better than Layla Ali. And would probably would have gave her trouble. Only her power probably would have gave her trouble. But I don't see anybody beating her. I see her retiring on top. She's very accomplished. She's even got to MMA, racked up a couple wins there. And she's just a fighter. She's a winner. She's an inspiration to these women. But she needs to be the inspiration to these women without being portrayed negatively in the media, though. It's like you always got to be heard. You have to be the loudest in the room. You don't have to do that. Let your hands speak for themselves. And a few years back, when you at that press conference, forget the name of the opponent that you were facing, but the trainer was knocked out cold, was hospitalized. You lied about that and say you didn't know anything about that, but you ended up knowing the whole time that it was your brother. I'm not going to say I'm not trying to judge, but I looked at you different. Like, this is not going to look good to her in the future. Then it just seems like, every time Amanda Serrano does something, reaches a milestone, or breaks the rules in women's boxing, it seems like you have a lot to say about that. I thought you guys were cool, but from what I'm seeing, it seemed like you are starting things with her, trying to call her out and things like that. Amanda Serrano may not be the skilled at you, but she's a box office though. Her first fight with Katie Taylor, excuse me, it was a sold out Madison Square Garden, 2 women, main event, Madison Square Garden. Fighting under Jake Paul. I understand you have your problems with Jake Paul, which I do too. But Claressa Shields, you can't beat a Jake Paul. You can't beat a Keith Thurman. You can't do none of those things. You showed already that you was mentally weak when you got dropped in sparring by another male boxer and you picked up a knife. So just leave that alone with the men's boxing. I don't think it's ever going to happen. I think Ann Wolfe tried it about 20-something years ago. She was scheduled to fight a man. It never materialized. I think Ann Wolfe retired a little bit after that. It's just not going to happen. It's not going to be fair. You're just so accomplished. You had the movie just coming out, The Fire Inside, which I will go to see. I know I told my son we was going to go see that. Just focus on that. You're in the public eye in a negative way. Now with this whole Remy and Pat Poose thing, which I'm not going to get into, but a lot of people, I will say this, a lot of women don't like that when you're, when I see you on TV, when I see you on social media in the comments of people calling you a home wrecker. I don't know nothing about it. I try not to look into that because that's something that's just real negative, and it just doesn't look good on your behalf. My thing for you, Claressa Shields, just hush. Hush and fight. Hush and fight. I mean, you don't have to be heard all the time. Only reason why I'm saying something now because I'm just looking on Twitter and you said only 2 female boxers congratulated you on the release of your movie, The Fire Inside. And you say that they're haters and stuff like that. They don't have to congratulate you. They don't have to do nothing. They don't owe you nothing, Mrs. Shields. They don't have to do anything like that. They can keep fighting. They probably seen the movie. If they don't want to congratulate you publicly or anything like that, or call you on the phone, they don't have to do that. It doesn't mean it has to be bad blood between you and those female boxers because they didn't promote your movie. They didn't put it on their social media feed or anything like that. Yes, you are the GOAT. You are the queen. But you are the queen of boxing. But this entitlement mentality has to stop. I want to see you flourish. My dream is to see two African-American female boxers sell out an arena in America. Maybe the Joe Louis Arena in Detroit. A homecoming fight with two beautiful African-American women, boxing, fighting, you know, in front of, national television. I see the people, on my Facebook account, I see the women giving you your credit and stuff like that about how you inspired them, that they can do anything. Just keep being that inspiration. I don't know if you're trying to go the Mayweather route, where he was gloating, bragging about everything and being the person that nobody in the public didn't like personally, including myself, but I paid to see him lose sometime. You can go that way, but you don't have to just be doing it in a negative way with this Remy and Pat Poose thing with your brother a few years ago. People don't forget. People get tired of the boasting, the bragging, the entitlement mentality, And I honestly think it's going to backfire. I honestly think you should have just went the way like Amanda Serrano, but I guess your pride was too big to sign with Jake Paul. I think you would have been a bigger star. I know you have a contract with Demetrius Alita, but I know things could have been worked out, co-promotion or something to make you a bigger star. I didn't expect this to be like this, for you, being in the public eye in a negative way. I just want you to just hush and fight. You're the best. Yes, you have two knockouts, but you use your boxing ability to the best of your advantages. And I'll give you this. You're more skilled than some of these boxers today that, that I see on TV and stuff like that. But I'm not going to see any names. But you have the skill. You just don't have the power. You can't be the man. Leave it alone. Stop going to these interviews talking about what you can do to a man. It's not going to happen. Let me show you, like I said earlier, we've seen what happened when you got dropped in the sparring. You didn't react to that well, and you resulted to violence outside of the art of boxing. So my thing is just hush and fight, man. Amanda Serrano, Katie Taylor, they're doing real good for themselves. Amanda Serrano is a millionaire. I'm not saying you're not a millionaire either, but she's a millionaire. She's on the MVP promotions with Jake Paul. She changed the rules. She vacated her belt. She stood up for something. She vacated the WBC title because they wouldn't extend the boxing rounds in women's boxing because it's 2 minutes. And she vacated because they wouldn't give her the 3-minute rounds. That's the type of stuff that I want to see from you, pushing the sport, pushing it for the women, making it more popular than what it used to be 20 years ago when Layla Ali and Ann Wolf, no disrespect, was out there fighting for pennies and stuff like that. Y'all change that narrative. Just keep taking it higher, Claressa. You don't need to be boasting, bragging, gloating, caught up in these, these scandals and stuff like that. Just be quiet and fight. You got your movie coming out. You got the endorsements you're talking about. You just bought your mansion. Don't lose all of that because you're mentally weak and you let any and everything, distract you out your hookup and you say negative things on Twitter, say negative things in posts, and just becoming just some obnoxious athlete that nobody wants to be around and nobody wants to pay to see the fight. Handle your business, quiet, keep being the GOAT that you are. And I believe in you. Like I said, I'm not being judgmental or nothing. It's just opinion. I seen that tweet where you feel like women have to, go ahead and boast, gloat, and promote the Fire Inside movie. And they don't owe you anything. Just keep fighting, keep doing your thing. And I'm pretty sure you're going to get everything that you wanted, that you spoke of. And you will prosper, and you will prosper more. And I want to see you to be a big superstar in women's boxing, up there with the Amanda Serranos and stuff like that. I want to see you sell out the Joe Louis Arena in your, in Detroit, Michigan, even though you're from Flint. But I still want to see you prosper. So that's all my time that I got today. Again, like and subscribe. Please like and subscribe. I'm just here just trying to give you an update, just trying to stay consistent, trying to just, consistency is the key if I want to stay on top of this and get out, a piece of my mind in this boxing world and take it to the next level. So that's my time. I will post more videos tomorrow. You guys have a great, productive day, and I will do the same.